No, I don't like that part. I crossed that off. I told you I didn't like to say that.
Oh my God.
Oh, we have to do this again.
Okay.
I'm just going to stop. I don't have to smile then.
Okay.
Right?
I'm going to. Because I'm Cindy.
Because I'm Cindy.
So wait, are we calling this therapy or tech rehearsal?
A little bit of both. Although, we did forget the glitter and wigs this time.
Welcome to Happily Mostly After, a brand new podcast brought to you by the Dyersburg-Dyer County Arts Council, which has been supporting the arts locally for over 40 years. You can follow the Dyersburg-Dyer County Arts Council on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. A huge thanks to the Mill Workspace in downtown Dyersburg for letting us record in their beautiful studio. Never After Happily opens April the 25th and runs through May 5th with 6 performances at Dyersburg State Community College. Grab your seats now by finding our Eventbrite direct link on our Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Hi, I am Veronica Halliburton.
And I'm Mary Palmer. We're your co-hosts for the series, and we also happen to play Cindy and Ella in Never After Happily, written by the fabulous Cindy Marcus.
Today's episode, we are going to be talking about sleep. And just even thinking about that, I would really, really like to go take a nap.
Yeah.
Doesn't that sound amazing? Just a nap.
It does actually.
Okay. But, we are not here to give you all the answers or anything like that, but, just kind of sit with the questions that come up in our lives and also in the stories that we have going on the stage. Okay. Segment 1, we're going to play a little game and it's called I Had a Midlife Moment When. It's going to be part confession, part kind of competition.
That's right.
We're going to trade off the moments that make us go, oh, yeah, I'm not 25 anymore. Some might be funny. Some might just be weird. But, basically, we're just going to try and outdo each other. You ready? I'll kick us off. Okay. I had a midlife moment when I woke up and could not move my neck at all just because I slept wrong. I used to be able to sleep anywhere. Your turn.
All right, let me try this. Okay, so I had a midlife moment when for 3 days in a row this past week, I woke up at 4 a.m. and could not go back to sleep. I think that's a midlife moment.
Okay. I had a midlife moment when my daughter graduated high school because didn't I just graduate high school a couple of years ago? I mean,
nice,
really?
Nice. Okay. I had a midlife moment when, thinking about my birthday cake, I realized how many boxes of candles would actually have to be purchased for something to be done about that. So that was a rude awakening.
Okay. I had a midlife moment when I realized my daughter turns 20 this year. And if she's turning 20, I'm nowhere near 20.
That's good.
Okay, your turn.
Okay. So I had a midlife moment when I had to input my date of birth online and I had to spin the wheel to get back to the late 70s.
Ooh, at least it's the late 70s. Late 70s.
That's right.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. I had a midlife moment when I got excited to shop for a dishwasher because, that's what excites me these days. Appliances.
Appliances are pretty cool, though.
They are. They're so necessary. I hate doing without them, but I have.
Let's see. And then one...
Come on. You got it.
Okay. So here's a midlife moment. I had a midlife moment when I was watching a 2001 home video of a classroom in a high school, and it looked like it was the 70s. Like, it looked like the 70s.
That's great. I was definitely in high school in 2001. So whenever that video was, I was in high school.
Those were my midlife moments.
So that was fun, right? Fun.
Actually, I think we're going to go with alarming for that.
Yeah. So. We're getting old. It's okay.
So first off, we are incredibly grateful there was no loss of life here in Dyersburg or Dyer County during the last week of tornado watches and warnings. There was, of course, some serious wind damage in Dyersburg, streets, homes, trees, power lines.
Yeah, the flooding, it's been pretty devastating. There have been a lot of evacuations. People's homes are kind of destroyed. It wasn't even just our county. It's a lot of the surrounding areas. And we really do just want to make sure everyone knows we are thinking about those people and about the impact that these storms have had on them and on our community. And we really care. And it's been devastating for sure.
A deep gratitude, of course, to our first responders, our line workers, city crews, our good neighbors and good citizens who opened their homes and shelters, as well as the teams that keep open the city shelters as well. It's been really great to see how the city and the community support each other.
For sure. I mean, I know that the storms themselves were horrible, but seeing the community come together and really, be there for each other and help each other out, and all the volunteers and all the people coming and doing these things. I mean, the ones that have their jobs as well, of course, but there's so many people that they're just like, how can I help? It's been really great to see that is our community, that everyone's not just kind of, you deal with your own problems. They've really come together. And I think that's been great to see here in Dyersburg.
If you were here last Saturday morning, you probably remember 4 a.m. tornado warning blaring from every phone, and it was followed by countywide sirens. Of course, I immediately got up and went straight to the closet. I sat down next to the 2 vacuum cleaners. I opened up some weather tabs, and then I looked on Facebook, and I saw a post by castmate Carrie Hutchison posting from inside her tornado shelter, and it said, "Grandpa, I'm tired of this." And at that moment, my body was like, yes, same, Carrie, same. I'm tired, and I physically would like to go back to sleep at this moment.
Oh, I actually saw that post because I did get up with this warning. I don't always. I am actually kind of guilty of sometimes snoozing those alarms. I mean, I did get my children in the closet. Don't get mad at me or anything. But I mean, a lot of times I'm just like, it is what it is, or what's going to happen's going to happen. And I just kind of like snooze. But, it's just sometimes how it is.
Okay, well, that's maybe a little bit of the difference between Cindy and Ella. Yeah. I don't know, maybe not. But you're definitely not going to see me hitting snooze on a tornado siren. That's for sure. It's funny. We've kind of been joking about snoozing through the sirens, literal or not. But when I think about the last few years of my life, definitely hasn't always been funny. The decisions have not been funny decisions necessarily. So again, for some of us, there have been these moments quiet in the dark where something inside just won't let you sleep. And it's not the weather siren, it's something else. And when that gets loud, it's hard to ignore. And definitely in midlife, I've definitely had some loud sirens.
Yeah, some loud sirens. So during that, with those sirens going off, has there been a belief or dream that you used to have that you were holding on to, but maybe now you realize it just doesn't quite fit for you anymore?
Yeah. Yeah, I think sometimes you have to know when it's time to let go of a dream or let go of a concept for your life. And so as I've gone along, there have been moments where I've had these, alarms go off. For example, looking back, I think that when I started off in life thinking about marriage, I thought, okay, I'm going to fall in love with this wonderful person and we're going to build a happy family and a happy life together. And we're going to do that for the rest of our lives. That is the story. We have careers, we have loving family. You deal with the ups and the downs, the reality, but that lasts forever in the end.
That's the dream. That's the dream, right?
But I've been married once, and then I've had a long-term relationship after that. And being 48 now, I'm just not sure marriage is what I'm looking for anymore. Definitely respect marriage. So many wonderful examples of marriage. My parents, for example, absolutely. But I'm just kind of looking at things a little bit differently now.
I think that's funny because when I thought about that same answer, that was the literally first thing that came to my mind was what belief did I have to let go of? And that was that marriage lasts till death, because I am married for the second time. So obviously my first marriage did not last until death. And in my head, that was the original fairy tale. One marriage till death. That's it. So I had to let go of that too. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. So if my character Cindy's looking for Prince Charming, there's only going to be one Prince Charming. But I think we all know so many ways that that's just not part of reality anymore.
Correct.
Veronica, here's a question for you.
Okay.
What does waking up in midlife mean to you?
Oh, that's tough. Okay. So I would say that waking up in midlife for me has been kind of realizing for years that I've just kind of been floating through the day to day, getting the daily tasks done, still living life, but at the same time, not living life, if that really makes sense. I am 39, I'll be 40 this year, and half my life is over, which is kind of crazy to think about. But now it's I woke up and I realize I still have another whole half left. And I want to live that to the fullest. I'm still going to take care of my kids. I'm still going to do all the things I'm supposed to do. But I still, even with doing that, I want to make sure that I'm also living a fulfilled life for myself, if that makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
So that kind of makes me think you really are filling out your character in your own life.
I know, right? I am so Ella.
It is really quite amazing. She's an amazing, strong character that really, really creates the beauty of this whole play, really.
Oh, yeah. I know. I really like the character. I think Cindy did an amazing job with creating the Cindy Ella complexity of the way the two characters come together. I really like how she did it.
Yeah. And it's also just been great playing that with you, I
know, right? I don't feel like it would have came together the same if it had been different people. Not that it wouldn't have still been great. I'm sure it would have still been great. But as far as for my own personal life, it wouldn't have been the same because I've connected so much with you through this that I think that that's really helped shape my reawakening. Being able to talk with you and everything really has, really helped me get through, get through my little bit of my midlife wake up.
Absolutely. Well, me too. I mean, like I said earlier, I've moved here recently from Seattle, kind of I am starting over. I'm totally starting over. And so, it's definitely been that for me as well. I think when people come see the play, or I hope we do a good enough job that they'll see that, you're going to be seeing Cindy and Ella, but you're going to also be seeing some Mary and some Veronica, and
just a little bit, just kind of snuck in there a little.
Hopefully, if we do our job, that's going to really connect with everybody. So
I hope so. I really hope so.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's another one for you. What is a lie that you have told yourself just to make yourself feel more comfortable?
Oh, well, over the years, during different phases of your life, you say so many, different things. I think I would say that it's just basically over some version of, well, this is what everybody else is doing. If somebody in the next apartment building is sitting on the couch, they are also thinking, well, I didn't do this that I was really interested in, but I'm doing this instead. And that's just what life is. That's just what we do. So Of course, that's not true. And I myself have experienced in my own life and seen in other people's lives where they do in midlife pick up a whole new career, go back to school, leave home permanently, So yeah, but I would just say just kind of including everybody in the same thing and saying, well, everybody else is kind of doing the same thing. And so, that doesn't really require me to, be awoken in any way.
I totally understand that. I would say for myself, a lie that I probably tell myself is that, just keep going and things will just be better. Things don't just go better just because you keep going. But I keep telling myself that lie like it's going to make it true. But, I mean, at least now we're kind of realizing that we don't have to lie to ourselves about that. We don't have to lie about it. We can just be present in our life and realize that, even if it's not comfortable,
right?
Because that's the thing, we just comfortable, it's easier.
Right.
But easier is not always better.
Right.
I mean, it's not.
That's right.
I'm learning that. I'm learning it.
Yep. We're always learning, Okay. What about, okay. Maybe a question for both of us here.
Okay.
So kind of to wrap this up, when is a moment when you realized a part of you was disappearing? And that's the first part.
Okay.
The second part is, and how did you try to get it back?
Okay. Well, I would say I realized part of myself was disappearing when I kind of was sitting there one day and just doing my daily chores and all my things that aren't for me. And I was like, okay, what do you do for fun? What do you do that makes you happy for you, not just enjoying being there for your family? And I thought about it, and I couldn't come up with anything, which was really sad to my, I was like, okay, that's not good. I really want to get involved in something. I want to get involved in something to really bring myself out there again. And how did I combat it? I mean, I went to these auditions and met a lot of people. I mean, they're a wild bunch, but they're a good kind of wild, and it's helped a lot. It's like a part of me that's been asleep for over 20 years. It's kind of coming back.
Did you say sleep?
Yes. I know. See, it's our episode about sleep. I was asleep. At least part of me was. A big part of me, I would say, actually has been sleeping through a lot of my life. And I'm just trying to wake her up a little bit. This play itself is kind of helping to wake me up. It's helping to wake me up a little bit.
Absolutely.
It might wake you up too. Come watch it and you'll see. You might wake you up a little bit.
I think it definitely will wake people up. All right. Well, let me think about. Let's see. For me, I would say most recently, I would relate that to a career. And most recently in my life, I've been working for churches. Wonderful organizations, wonderful faith-based organizations. But I also kind of found that I kind of gave my life away, I guess.
Yeah.
And what I'm really trying to say is that, I started to lose sight of where I ended and the church began. Mm-hmm. I guess I'm trying to say that, even in the building, I felt like I kind of became part of the building, or I became part of the walls. And so my whole life was just my work life. And I kind of let my home life, partnership life, even family life, things were just falling down left and right. And I wasn't able to, put time and effort into the things that I wanted to, because I kind of let work take over. And I definitely needed an alarm to go off. And the alarm did start going off. The alarm definitely started going off. And so I needed an alarm, and some things kind of worked out and worked together so that I've been able to kind of take a break and look back at things and be like, okay, where should I had better boundaries?
Yeah. Boundaries are so important.
And then how can I now kind of reconnect with myself and some of my passions, and still embrace that career in the future? But right now, take some time to the side to kind of think about, okay, let's not have that happen again.
Yeah.
And so how can I not let myself disappear again into the church walls?
Yes, because we don't want Mary to disappear.
No.
Never,
Thanks.
ever.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Well, Never After Happily by Cindy Marcus. It brings up a lot of questions, and some of the discussion we've just had right now is based off kind of what that play's been bringing us up for us individually.
Yes.
So.
Okay, and now we would like to welcome our fellow castmate, Taylor Hutching. Taylor, would you like to tell us and everybody out there who you play in Never After Happily, without giving away any spoilers, of course?
I play Aurora, the sleeping princess.
The sleeping princess. Awesome. Okay, we're going to just go through a few rapid fire questions, a little get to know you just real quick for everybody. Where is your hometown?
Dyersburg, Tennessee.
Have you been here your whole life?
Literally never left this place.
That's great. Okay, so when you're not doing theater, what are you doing with your time?
Well, I like to write music, so I'm usually doing that and working on that part of my career, I guess you could say.
Great. That's good aspirations. Mm-hmm. So in your opinion, why should people come and see our show?
It's a good laugh, and who doesn't love to laugh, and who doesn't want to see what happens after the ending?
That's a great answer. That really is. Do you happen to have a favorite line or a favorite moment or anything that happens in our play?
I do. There's several of them, but Goldilocks' character, she's like, no way that dude's under 18, and that cracks me up every time.
She delivers it so well. Yes. Okay, so now that we're done with the little Q&A.
Yeah. Taylor, let's dive deeper into a few of the story-driven questions that I kind of prepared for you today. What do you imagine life is like at 38 or 48? And what's one thing you hope doesn't change about yourself then?
Well, hopefully I got everything together. Hopefully I got a career that I like and I enjoy doing. And hopefully I'll have my own house or place. Hopefully I'll be married. And I just hope I'm still doing acting and singing, and hope that part never goes away.
Oh, that's great. Okay, so here's another one for you. So Sleeping Beauty, in her story, she wakes up after 100 years. So what's something that you hope you don't wait 100 years to realize?
That you're never too old to follow your dreams.
Oh, that's great.
That's a good one. That's definitely a good one. I think we would both agree with that for sure.
Yeah, thank goodness.
All right, Taylor. So when Taylor is stressed out or overwhelmed, what is your spinning wheel? What distraction do you reach for to avoid dealing with the hard stuff in life?
Well, I guess as my character would say, sleeping, but that's not it. I would say writing music or hanging out with my friends.
Nice.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you so much, Taylor, for joining us here, and just for your time and your answers, and for just sharing a little piece of you with everybody. It's really awesome. We're really thankful that you came. And thank you so much also for all the effort you have put into bringing Cindy Marcus's character to life. I know that sleeping might sound easy, but no, it can be a lot of work. And she's put in a lot of effort for her character, and she does a great job with it. And we are so glad that you have used it, used your talent in such a unique and skilled way.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Taylor. Everybody, you're really going to look forward to seeing Taylor in the play.
I just checked my phone. And of course, my husband just asked me to bring home dessert, ice cream to be specific, knowing full well that I don't want that in my house, because when it's there, I eat it. I mean, I've done really well this physical year because I made the choice to do better. But I mean, for the past year, it became it was supposed to be only on weekends, and it was a nightly thing because, ice cream makes you feel better. And then, of course... What'd you say?
I was going to say, do you think ice cream is a coping mechanism?
Yes.
Yes. And then also, is ice cream a snooze button?
It for sure is. It makes you feel better in the moment.
Snooze. I'm going to hit snooze for some vanilla ice cream.
Vanilla? Oh, ha. No, not vanilla. It's all about the most chocolate possible.
I'm going to have a big chunk of snooze chocolate.
Snooze chocolate. See, I've done good this year, but man, I just can't believe that's like, I don't want this in my house. Hey, will you go bring this home for me? Yeah, no, I will not.
No more snoozing. No more snoozing. All right. So to wrap up this episode 2 of the Dyersburg-Dyer County Arts Council podcast about Never After Happily, Veronica, some last thoughts.
Okay. Well, I'll say that today, going through all of this has really, been a bit of an eye-opener, having to really think on these questions and just like, how often am I actually hitting the snooze button in my life? And, and it's also really made me quite aware that doing this play, which I thought was, just for fun originally, it was just to do something for fun. It's really helped me. Like, it's helping me reawaken, come out of my sleep.
Yeah. Awesome.
What about you? What are your final thoughts?
I think you said it really, really well. So I think we've hit on the snooze button and discussed it during the episode. Of course, we want to express that we're not here and definitely cannot solve any problems or provide any answers, honestly. We all provide those answers to ourselves.
Yeah, sorry about that.
But we are here to be some sort of open space for questions that have come up for us as we have been doing the play together. And, after a week of tornado watches, warnings, flooding, and so much damage, danger, and displacement in our communities, we believe more than ever that this play does offer something we all need, and especially right now. So with its blend of comedy and heart, it gives us space to laugh, reconnect, and reflect when life gets real.
Okay, so don't forget to go online and get your tickets. We have them available through Eventbrite, and you do have to go to our Facebook page, the Dyersburg-Dyer County Arts Council page.
Or YouTube as well.
YouTube as well, to be able to use the direct link, because right now you can't search for it, but you can get it through the direct link. You can pre-purchase. We have showings from April 25th through 27th, and then again, May 2nd through 4th, and we have evening shows and matinees, so no matter your schedule, you can make it out there. So come see us and have a great laugh.
A huge thanks again to the Mill Workspace. They start and grow businesses in Northwest Tennessee. And another thanks as well to Dyersburg State Community College, the City of New Bern, and the Dyersburg-Dyer County Arts Council for their support.
Okay, so our next episode that we're going to do is going to be another fairy tale rewrite. We're going to have a new guest. And we might have a few more mountain views from Mount Midlife because, that's where we're at. Okay, so we also would like to kind of get a little bit of midlife advice from you guys. So go on and follow our socials, and you can look for opportunities and some questions that you can answer. And then maybe we can air some of them on episode 3. What do you think, Mary?
I think that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. So, all right, until then, stay real, and remember, just because the fairy tale went off script doesn't mean the story is over.